guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to be doing kind of a repot with me type of thing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using all Leca in this video, so if you didn't like the previous video with the Monstera Adansonii, this video is definitely not for you. Like I said in the previous video, I really like using Leca. It just works better for me in the long run. But I do have some kind of cooler, more uncommon plants in this video, so yeah. I did also want to show you a few different types of ways to plant with Leca. Obviously I mostly use the self-watering pots like in the last video, but I do have a jar here that I will be putting a plant and Leca in, and then I have this self-watering pot that you put the plant and the Leca up here, and then the wick will suck up the water from the reservoir. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this at Hy-Vee like probably a couple years ago and just haven't used it. It was on one of their like clearance sales because nobody was interested in them, so I bought it because it's pretty cool. I mean, the first plant I'm gonna pot up today, like I said, I'm gonna just put in this glass jar. I do have some water, a little less than halfway in here, and then I have some Leca also. So I guess we could go over some of these plants. So this has been in water for quite a while. Okay. So this is a Philodendron Burl Marks Fantasy cutting. It has 3 leaves. This top leaf here is a little wonky because when it was shipped to me as a cutting with no roots, it was just coming out of the second leaf here, so it hadn't quite unfurled yet, and then it stayed inside the sheath for too long, and that's why it's a little bit wonky and damaged, but that is okay. And here is kind of the back, so you can see the aerial roots have produced regular water roots, and up here in the second node area there is another root starting to form. I probably won't pot that one up quite yet today because it doesn't have that big of roots. Philodendron Dark Lord, and I also did a trade plus some cash for a top cutting of my Philodendron Florida Beauty. So here is this cutting, quite a substantial root system. This leaf has grown in my care, and these are the 2 leaves that came on the plant initially when it was shipped to me. So I'll probably put this one in the self-watering unit. Let's do that. Okay, and this one is a cutting that I took from my personal plant because I thought it was starting to revert, but that is not the case. So whatever. This is what is this? A Syngonium Elbow. Syngodium, I think a podophyllum or something like that. So this is the top cutting I took off of the plant. Like I said, I thought it was starting to revert because this leaf here has quite a bit of some nice variegation, but it's not anything crazy by any means. And then this was the next leaf here, and it's starting to lose more variegation. It really only has any up here in this top corner. And then this was after I cut it and stuck it in water. This leaf came out, and it has quite a lot of variegation. It's still not completely hardened off, so it will still come in with time. And these are the roots, and this has probably been in water for a month, and it's grown quite a large root system from 2 separate nodes. But I'm just going to keep them as one cutting and pot them up in this together. gonna shake it down into the crevices. Okay, so that looks good. So you can see the reservoir is a little high, so you can see some of those roots are directly in the water, but that is okay at first because these are water roots and they will not like it if they dry out. But yeah, so two, if you use jars that don't have drainage or a way to get rid of the extra water without just dumping it all out, I would suggest using clear glass or clear plastic or whatever you're using, just so you can see actually how much water you have in there, and so your roots do not rot, because that is no fun. So that is the first plant we potted up today. This is, like I said, Syngonium Elbow. Okay, so since this is such a big root system already, I just put a thin layer, probably about 1 inch at the bottom. Okay. Okay, well, I hope that this one works out well in this pot. Like I said, I haven't used this one before. But that is it. It's pretty cute, I think. And then it just, like you can see, it already dripping. Had some water down there, so it'll just wick it up. I wish this was kind of tighter. This is, you know, it does have like a lip at the bottom, but I just feel like it's gonna fall off. Put that guy down here. Okay, we're just gonna do one more today, and that is the Philodendron Pink Princess that I have right here. This is also a top cutting. Off of Amazon. They're ones that you can like continue buying them and stack them. You know, when the plant continues to grow out, like the height out of the moss pole, then you can add another moss pole directly on top, and then it can continue growing without having to remove it from the moss pole if it has, you know, kind of grown into it. I haven't experienced that yet with this brand, but who knows. Two, I don't have much knowledge about if this will rot. When it is in Leca, I have a couple plants like this, or I have a couple situations like this where I put actual wood into the Leca and I haven't tugged them out to see if they're rotten or not, but they haven't fallen over, so yeah. But I haven't found a plastic totem pole, so I don't know what to do. So at the bottom of some of these self-watering pots, they have these 4 deep holes and then the big one in the middle. So I'm just gonna stick this right into the hole. And so then it, you know, it's not necessarily super supported, but it's not gonna, you know, move around as much. Less than half full. And let's see what these roots look like. Okay, so this whole section, when it was shipped to me, was all melted, and so I just cut it off to try to save some of that variegation that is there, and it has not spread, so that is awesome. But this whole side of the leaf was all pink, so it's kind of a bummer that it melted off, but it's still beautiful. And then this is the newest leaf that has a little shipping damage, and the back here. And then it does look like it's starting to try to push out a new leaf here out of the new growth point. Again, some of that some of that Velcro tape, and I am just going to, I'm not sure if you can really see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to tape some of this against the totem pole here so it is a little bit more stable. I'm not going to move around as much. Okay, so you have this black part that has the cuts in it so you can see where the water is, or the water can go in and out. And then you put this little flotation device on the bottom of the straw and put that in there. And then you put this one on top. And then you put the little meter on the top of that. So then this white, in this case, the straw is white. The white will come up and down to show you the water levels. Okay, and so then you just plop it into the catch pot. Okay, and so you can see these little water droplets, and you want to fill it all the way up to the max. I guess it's more than one water bottle full. In this case, it's like 2 water bottles full. And I do kind of just want to keep my eye on this one because the roots were such, I mean, they were developed, but they aren't super long, and so they can't necessarily reach all the way down to the damp leca to, you know, bring the water up themselves. So I'll probably keep this one a little bit more watered for the first couple of months, just to make sure that the roots don't die. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and maybe comment what your favorite photo or what your favorite plant was out of the group here. And thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that you're learning more about Leca and maybe willing to try it yourself. I really enjoy using Leca. Yeah, so if you guys could like and subscribe, that would really help me out. And obviously if you've made it to this point, you've watched the video all the way through, so thank you so much for that. That is it for this video. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye guys.